Hi there. If you're wondering what happened when I went to the massage therapist for my TMJ, which is a fairly common thing, um, she looked in my mouth because I asked her to go inside my mouth as well as outside with the massage, and she did, and she took a picture even, and she said that it was really bad in there, that it's very red and swollen. Um, she was concerned. She said that she thinks that there's infection all the way around here. And so I'm going to a doctor tomorrow, my primary care doctor, to see his opinion on that. Went to the eye doctor today. She told me I have cataracts and macular degeneration just starting. It's not bad, nothing to be concerned about at this point, but my Medicare coverage as far as vision goes is pretty lousy, so I have to deal with that. I went out in the yard today and got my power saw out and cut down some of my palm leaves that were brown that needed to come down, trying to keep my yard neat. Um, a lot of people around here put a lot of money in their yards, have beautiful yards, but I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money. So I just try to keep it neat, minimum maintenance. Um, I missed my high school reunion on Saturday night. I have a few people following, I think, here from my high school class. Sorry I missed if you went. I know a lot of people didn't go because of COVID or because they just couldn't get there or because of the money or whatever it was. You know, it's getting harder as we age. It was supposed to be our 50th reunion last year, but postponed till this year, and it was not a good turnout for many reasons, I'm sure. I was just there last year, though, so I did get to see my closest people. But love you all. Those high school kids are, very precious. We keep in touch on Facebook a lot, which is awesome. Love Facebook. So I'm going to go back to the second grade for just a second. Follow up on the little boy that was bad boy. I want to tell you that what I heard later, and I heard it from several people, so I'm pretty sure it's true. Basically, he was only in public school for 1 year. He went to Catholic school, then he was sent up to juvenile detention for a while, maybe a few times. He was a junkie, and later on he got AIDS and died early, young, probably in his 20s or something like that. That's what I heard from several sources, so I think it's probably true. Very sad, because he was reaching out to my grandparents, who did not help him. They laughed at him. When he talked about suicide, he was going to stab himself and jump off the jetty. Very sad. In the second grade, I got to mention that I met a girl. I'm going to call her Sherry, and she became very instrumental in my life. We became friends because she just moved there, but she was very available because she had a single mom who did not have a lot of rules, and she was just available to play with a lot. So we did get together quite often. We became friends, and through the years we always kept in touch, and right now she is still, to this day, she's my closest, dearest, best friend. Through the years I had many friends, and she wasn't really maybe ever my very best friend, but now she definitely is. She's definitely become a sister to me. I'll talk about her throughout my story because she's there a lot. Then I'm going to go up third grade, nothing. Fourth grade was a new adventure, new school. Fourth to eighth grade was in one school in North Long Branch, right around the corner from me. And I met a new girl in the fourth grade who moved across the street from me. And she was 4 years older than me. Her mom had died, and her dad sent her to live with her grandparents who lived across the street from me. So she became like a big sister to me. and she would be at my house a lot. I remember, because she was so much older than me, she was starting to like boys and all that, so she talked about boys and kind of, got me started on that track like big sisters do. One day she wanted me to walk with her to go past this boy's house that she had a crush on. And he lived like about 2 miles away, way down Second Avenue, almost to West End. And I walked with her. It was in the winter, and it started snowing. And it snowed and snowed. And by the time we were walking home, I mean, my feet were so cold and wet. That's why I remember it, in the snow, walking home and just thinking how stupid to do this. This is so stupid. I would never, ever do something like this. Walk 2 miles in the snow just to walk past a boy's house, right? Girls did crazy things back then, but not me. I wouldn't do that. So, Dari, oh, shouldn't say her name. I won't say it. Maybe she wouldn't care anyway. But my mom called her Dory. Okay, that wasn't her real name, but that's what I'll call her. Because my mom, she made up her own language, being Japanese. She never learned to talk English well. She just kind of skidded by with her own version, a blend of Japanese and English. So, her dad would come and take her, to see her once in a while. He had this old car. It had to be 30s or 40s car. Never in such an old car before or afterwards. But one day, she invited me to go with them to the movies, and they were going to go out for tomato pie afterwards. Well, the movie was Parent Trap. Haley Mills, I think, was the name of the star. It was the original Parent Trap. And I'm thinking back over movies. I remember seeing before that, I think my mom took me to see Cinderella, Snow White, and Old Yeller. They were about the only ones I remember seeing on the big screen when I was really, really little. Cinderella and Snow White were cartoons. Old Yeller was a dog. Golden Retriever, I think. Great movie. So we went out, and after the movie we went for tomato pie, which I never heard of, had no idea what it was. Well, come to find out, in New Jersey, people called pizza tomato pie. And it was delicious. First time I ever had pizza in my life. My parents never gave me pizza. I mean, in my house, we didn't even eat spaghetti with red sauce. When we had spaghetti, it was with butter and some Parmesan cheese. The cheese was in, remember this? It was a green container with Elsie the cow. It was Borden's grated cheese and Elsie the cow on it. And I like spaghetti like that. I still do. Sometimes I still eat it like that. Better cheese, but I don't know. That cheese was good. I used to like it. So when I was 9, I started in that school. I started violin. I hated violin, but my mom made me take it. I wanted to play the flute. She said no, because too much blowing. She thought that was not good for my lungs. Come to find out that it's really very healthy, good exercise for your lungs, but she didn't know. She told me I had to take either the drums or the violin, so I picked the violin. No piano lessons were available, even though there was a lady right around the corner that gave piano lessons, and a lot of the kids took them there, but I didn't get to take them. Unfortunately, I would have liked to play the piano. Hated the violin. Never was good at it. I had to do concerts twice a year, solo, because I was only violin player. I had to play spring concert, Christmas concert. Hated it. I remember one little boy that I liked, and I'll tell you more about him. He comes in on and off too in this story. But I'll call him Joey. Okay? So I remember Joey saying, "I could see your knees shaking up there." Oh, Anyway, terrible. And I was still, a little bit shy, but I was coming out of it uh, by that time. And when it was cold out, we would have either too cold to play outside, raining or snowing, we would have dancing at lunchtime. Lunchtime was a whole hour, and normally the girls would play on the girls' side was grassy. We would play Red Rover. The boys had the asphalt, and I don't know what they played over there. They had a basketball thing and stuff. Um, but when it was lunch, when it was bad weather, we could got it out the record player and the 45s, and we danced. I remember dancing the polka a lot with Norman and the happy organ, and we did all the other dances, the jerk, the mashed potatoes, you name it, we were doing them all. We got them from American Bandstand. um, had a blast. That's when I started loving dancing. And also, starting in the fourth grade, I started ballroom dancing lessons, which my parents had to pay for that. It was after school. My dad wasn't there. My mom paid for it. She actually had to get a allotment check because he didn't even send us money. So they garnished his wages and sent to her. He was in Alaska during that time, Fairbanks, Alaska. And also the art teacher started in the school, so for the first time we had a real art teacher, and I was good at art. I loved it. I was good at it, and she recognized that, so that was a good thing. What else? Fourth grade, we had, I remember the air raid drills, where we would have to get our coats and squat down and pull them over our heads up against the wall, because that was during the Cold War and possibility of war happening. Scary times for kids. We talked about it. Kids used to talk about, my dad said that we might have war, and they're, talking about submarines being off the coast right where we lived, right by the beach. In fact, we went up the fire escape up to the roof of my school. You could see the ocean. It was only 2 blocks away. So everything got more social. Fifth grade, we started playing spin the bottle at birthday parties, and 7 Minutes in Heaven. Kids started making out. Some of them did. I wanted to. Didn't happen quite yet for me. But Girl Scouts, started in the Girl Scouts. 2 years I was in the Girl Scouts, went camping 2 different years, had a blast, loved it. Learned some good stuff. And one time my friend Judy and I got lost coming home from the big powwow that the whole Monmouth County, all the Girl Scouts were there, and after the campfire and festivities, going home back to our campsite, Judy and I followed the wrong troop by mistake, and a bulletin alert went out that there was 2 missing, and everybody was looking for us, and finally they found us and everything. It was all good. We went on class trips. There was a lot of history there from the Revolutionary War in the area that I lived. And I'm a daughter of the Revolution. My relative Atwater, I told you we came over on 1650s, and he was the first man to declare himself a free man in the state of Connecticut, free from the British rule. And we went to Philadelphia, Independence Hall. Franklin Institute was awesome. I think we went to Gettysburg. I know we went to this Old Tenant Church. We went to Trenton. The Old Tenant Church had blood stains still on the pews from the soldiers, because it was a hospital during the war, the Revolutionary War, and they left the blood stains on the wooden pews, covered them with cushions instead of redoing the pews. And a lot of rich history there. So 5th grade, what else? Went to the UN. That was cool. That's when I went to one birthday party, first time I ever started shooting pool. No, I never did enough to get good at it. We even had a pool table later when I was married, but I never got real good at it. But I still like to play. It's fun. Never played it that much. I guess that's about it for now. The 5th grade. If I forgot anything, I'll pick it up. Thanks for watching. And love to my class of 1970, Long Branch High School. Sorry I missed the reunion. Love you all. Take care.